This is Sony's 100-400mm lens, a lens you must try, even if you don't end up buying it yourself. Fam, mga kapatid, let me show you what kind of reach you're actually getting with a lens like this. I went to the zoo, the park, and also got some tennis shots to show what's beyond the 200mm many photographers may already have. You know, those bazooka lenses. A must location to use with this lens is the wild. Unfortunately, we didn't have much wildlife around in the winter except for a couple birds. But man, this lens made you feel like you were taking photos for National Geographic. Because I was using a Super 35 or APS-C camera, although I was using a 100-400mm, I effectively had a 150mm to 600mm zoom range because of the 1.5 times crop factor. I mean, just look at how sharp these images are and how close you can get to the animal while still being far enough not to spook them away. When it comes to landscapes, here in New Jersey, we don't have many mountains or hills that one would find in New York or Colorado, where this lens would actually shine best. So I made the best of a situation while wishing I had an ultra-wide lens because of the challenge it was for me to just make this lens actually work. If you're like me and you forget to go outside and touch grass, you quickly remember that when taking landscape photos, you won't always get the chance to back up so you can get more context and scale for your image. When it comes to sports, this lens will shine for outdoors, but for indoors, less likely. Unless it's some well-lit stadium, don't expect the cleanest image because of the low light situation while playing indoors, like I was here. But nonetheless, I still wanted the reach. The autofocus was on point and the shots were not missed while shooting on the Sony FX30. Man, this is just the kind of lens I would love to go to the US Open with. Comment down below if you recognize this guy from somewhere. Church was the last place I thought I'd use this lens. But actually, the place had more decent lighting than our last venue indoors playing tennis. I was sitting towards the back of our small church when I was getting a couple of these shots. You often use a camcorder to get this close, but man, this lens is way better. I wasn't even zoomed in all the way. Unless you're making money with this lens, it takes a very special hobbyist to own this lens. It's an unorthodox portrait lens, light demanding when indoors lens, but it's perfect for the outdoorsman or outdoorswoman. You can find an alternative to this $2,500 lens from Sigma, but if you really want the Sony lens for less, you may be able to pick it up for $1,000 less when buying used on eBay. Or not, and just watch this next one. Until the next time, go out there and shoot for the life that matters. See ya!